Hey everybody, it's Breach. Doing a quick review on my new gaming computer I bought here probably a couple months ago now. 3 Newegg. It's built by CyberpowerPC. I'd heard a lot of bad about them. Read some reviews, watched a couple video reviews. Just wanted to give my experience. I had a really good one with them. Really well done computer, really nice. No issues whatsoever. This model is the Gamer 2012. It's been deactivated on Newegg. I originally was looking to build my own, but after putting all the components together and, checking the price, I couldn't build one for the cost. Even using lower quality components, I couldn't build this computer for the same price, so figured I'd save myself some time and some headache and just get a pre-build here. And it's run really well. No issues at all. So it came in the Case-Azza Orion 201 case. It's a decent little case, mid-tower. Decent airflow, nothing spectacular, but really flimsy metal. And I'd like to have some spots for some more fans, so I'll probably eventually upgrade to a full tower and something with a little better construction. I mean, this will get you by for now, but not the best case, that's for sure. Motherboard is a Gigabyte MA770T-UD3P. It's one of the cheapest AM3 boards. It is the cheapest Gigabyte AM3 board for AMD. 770 chipset. It's only a single PCI Express, so you can't crossfire with this board, but no big deal to me. I only wanted one video card. Gets too pricey to do 2, 3, those multi-card solutions, and you have a lot of heat to deal with, so single card works fine for me. I'm not a crazy frames per second guy, so got the AMD 955 Black Edition Phenom II quad core. I'm running it stock at 3.2 gigahertz right now. I did have it at 3.5 stable on stock V core, but anytime you overclock on this Gigabyte board, it automatically disables AMD's cool and quiet, so the CPU won't throttle down anymore, and I really like that feature, so I put it back to stock. So there's the monitor there, Acer. This is a X223W 16:10 ratio monitor. Brings it a little closer to square. I'm not a huge fan of widescreens, but widescreen LCDs seem to be the norm now, so that's what I got. It's been a really good monitor, no complaints. Back down here to the computer. Got a Hitachi Deskstar 500 gigabyte hard drive, 7200 RPM, pretty standard drive. Came with 4 gigabytes of DDR3 1333 RAM by ADATA, although no heat spreaders on it. It was bare, so I bought 2 more sticks of it with heat spreaders. So I've got a total of 8 gigs now. Pretty bad latencies on it though, 99924 at 2T, and probably not going to overclock very well for being, it's value RAM. So, but I haven't had any issues. It's working well. Got a GeForce 9800 GT in there by Zotac. It's the Echo version though that came in this computer, which means no external power supply going to it. It's powered off the motherboard, 75 watts max. Can't really overclock it. It gets you by for now, but I'm waiting for the ATI 5850 and 5870s to come back in stock, and I'll eventually pick one of those up. Right now they're just tough to get your hands on. You can see there I have the Sunbeam core contact freezer, CPU cooler I put on there. A lot better than the AMD stock cooler. Took idle temps down almost 10 degrees Celsius, and I think I've only seen it hit 50 on full load a couple times, and that's in a very warm room. This room's small and I've got a couple computers in it. So I also got the Antec VCool VGA cooler helping to cool that GeForce card, as it does get a little warm, even though it's not running very fast. It would get up towards 70 or better degrees Celsius while gaming, and I just wanted to cool it down some, so that brings fresh air in and blows it on it. I think that's pretty much it. It's got a DVD CD burner, LG. Nothing really out of the norm there. So it's a pretty good computer, you know, $780. Couldn't really beat it. I am using the keyboard that came with it. It's an Extreme Gear. I've never heard of them. It's a really cheap keyboard. It seems to work okay, but you know, some of the letters are already starting to fade off and whatnot after a couple months of use. So I'll eventually upgrade that. I did buy a Logitech G9 mouse to replace the Extreme Gear mouse. I'd never bought one of these you know, gaming mice before. I couldn't believe how expensive they were. That's about $100 mouse through Newegg. I got it for about almost half that through a special that Best Buy was having. I love that mouse, especially the ability to adjust the weights in it. I'm running it at full weight, but there's no way I'd pay full price for it. But for the money I spent, I'm real happy with the purchase. Of course, I've got my good old Creative 5.1 speakers. They're old, but they're still working really well, so I just left them for now. Big ugly printer there, but it does its job when I use it, which is rarely. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look here. I've got the AMD Overdrive utility up. Show you real quick the processor there, AMD Phenom II 955. The cache, hypertransport speed at 2 gigahertz, and there's the memory, the clocks, the frequency, whatnot. And status monitor here gives you temperatures. You can see it's throttling it down to 800 megahertz right now through cool and quiet. Really nice, saves power, saves extra heat. And then if you click on this green tab here, it'll bring it up to full frequency there at 3.2. That'll run it and it won't throttle it anymore. So, yeah, really nice utility. I overclocked with it once. I'd rather do it through BIOS, but it seems to do its job okay. And this is Windows 7. I didn't have any problems with Vista. I could have left it and been fine, but I figured since this was a free upgrade, I'd try it. And it reminds me a lot of Vista. You know, they've redone the taskbar. I'm not really a huge fan of what they did with that, but overall, it is a little lighter on system resources, but my boot times and everything, it didn't change it significantly, so I didn't have any problems with Vista with any of that. It seemed to run really well. So I think that's basically it. There's the extra grip and the extra weights for the mouse. And there's the computer again. I did have to remove one 120mm fan to fit that core contact freezer in there. It's a big unit, but I knew that when I bought it. So, didn't seem to negatively impact my temperatures too much there. And I did replace those. It came with one 120mm fan on top there when I got the computer. I replaced it right away with a Silverstone 9-blade fan. Moved air, a lot more air, and did it quieter. And I had 2 of them in there, but when I put that cooler on, I did have to take one out. No big deal. So, that's a computer. So, if any of you are looking to order a computer through CyberPower, my experience with them was really good. They gave me a really good computer, really good cable management. Although I've left a couple wires in there from myself. I haven't finished up with things yet, so I'll make it real nice when it's done. But yeah, they did a good job, so I wouldn't hesitate to order another computer through them. Alright.